Bruh.
The music, fire, heart, fire.
Thanks, Pierre, for the $14 super chat. Before I even said anything, thanks, man. Happy Sunday, happy weekly candle close stream or whatever for, you know, less than 2 hours away from that, and it's going to be an indecision candle. Weekly's okay, daily's okay. I mean, besides the bearish divergence and the negative momentum and all that has just begun to build, but I'll tell you why it's kind of okay when we look at it. 4 hours not as good, right? 4 hour, you know, remember how we failed? Bitcoin failed to break the supply line, right? Spent 8 hours really testing it, kind of like 9 hours. And we knew, like literally verbatim, if you break this 58,000 mark, you're going down $1,000+ That certainly happened. It went down to $55,500, but now it hit just $58,100 a few moments ago. So a lot of weekend effery going on, stop hunting for the altcoins. But, you know, that's kind of what happens. I mean, locally, look, you know, the psychology makes sense, right? One peak, you sold off, then you rallied, and you tried to overtake those highs, but you failed for a second time. And then, again, it's like that lined up, that price action lined up with the supply, right? The supply line, the down-sloping resistance, right? It's like a second top. It's almost confirmation high before you sold off, but sell-off hadn't been too bad yet. But again, like, I mean, you're just for the first time since you broke down, you're back testing what was once resistance as resistance again. So you really want to see Bitcoin get back above that. I'm just saying, man. All right, there's nothing like the formal like bullish divergence of any sort going on right now, but it's nice to see that negative momentum already waning. A bullish engulfing candle, getting us back above that demand line, right? That price contraction continues, and that's it. I mean, that's kind of what's going on since I talked to you yesterday. I try to be here 7 days a week so we don't get too far behind on what's happening. But yeah, I mean, some altcoins have still been able to flourish pretty well. I mean, Theta being up 13% and VeChain being up 4.4%. I think they were up a lot more. I mean, you got HBAR up 11.11%, repeating, of course. I think some newer S coins too. But let's look at the daily so you can see what's going on there. Let me hide that real quick. Shouldn't even be visible. It's more so that flag, that handle that we got going on, right? Like a cup with handle, man. Or potential cup with handle. It's not really one to actually break and start going. But this is what I'm talking about, like that negative momentum there. It's building. That could continue to build as prices reverse. You never know, man. Like on a new week, that's definitely... The new weekly candles can set the tone for new price action. Happens like all the time, man. So here's that, what we have been looking at. We're at the parabolic uptrend, falling wedge, the big rally, and now potentially a cup with handle. And look at that, man. Look how you haven't really looked at this. Went out last night, been reading and working out today. So just, you know, trying to keep my mind off the charts a little bit too. Because if you just stare at charts all day, every day, you will probably go crazy. You will go crazy. So, you know, it's always good to take a step back from your screens. But look here, listen, you know, like that's what I'm saying. The daily's not as bad, maybe as the 4 hour. Because look, I mean, where traders settled at their highest point of all time back February 21st, you're above it. You've been above it. Not one candle closed below it since the 16th. So St. Patrick's Day, we got the look of the Irish. And we've been holding 4 days now, going on 4 days, only an hour 46 minutes till this daily candle closes. But like, nice, man, nice how that, you see that heart line was kind of tested before you bounced. So this is not a dead idea yet, and I think in actuality there's so much space here that both things could happen, right? We're talking about daily bearish divergence is so well developed, so mature, it's beginning to play out. But you also have a bullish structure in a parabolic uptrend. I mean, so it's like, I think, you know, if you stay sideways long enough, the negative momentum just keeps building, going sideways, and you hold this parabolic uptrend. I mean, all these things like both can play out, right? Because it's so bullish of a trend that the bearish divergence played out, but it was pathetic. It was terrible. There's not enough supply. There's too much demand of Bitcoin. So then it starts going neutral to positive again, and then that's when the breakout occurs and you run up to 72K to hit the measured move of this potential cup with handle. It's really good looking right now. Let's tune that out. So there you go, man. That's kind of your update. Now let's look at the weekly real quick. So you can see weekly is kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know if we would consider this a bearish reversal or anything. It's kind of just an indecision candle that we've seen before, and you could get another week of red. But this is the weekly, man. You know, it's funny. It's really funny about Bitcoin's weekly chart. This could be the second highest level of all time where traders settle up. Last week was the highest ever. This will be the second highest. And, you know, you can always engulf this next week. So, I mean, it's hard to say that there's actual bearish divergence on the weekly. If there was, I mean, it got invalidated, kind of. I don't know, man. This is like the same wave to me, right? If we're talking about XABCD, this is like X. And you're still working on X. You don't know where the top's going to be. It's not in yet, I don't think. So, anyway, you're down 0.42% today. Not bad. Really was just a lot of weekend effery. So you see what I'm saying? While the daily, weekly are okay in terms of your support resistance, but your 4 hours kind of not yet. You're at a critical area that you must break. Okay. Cool. Cool, dude. All right.
Thank you.
We'll look at
for
Ethereum
what you
next.
do. You are helping people every day. Could you please take a look at Cody/USDT? Thank you.
Oh, yes, we could look at that asset. Thank you, Dan M, for the 20. Sure. Here's your Ethereum. Still hanging around alligator blood. Ethereum certainly has alligator blood for now, where you went down to test that kind of neckline again, and you've only bounced. And actually, let's see. It's real. I mean, it's minor, but it's there. I mean, you can't argue. One valley, another valley. The traders set it up higher than the previous valley, and you have higher levels of negative momentum. That is a form of hidden bullish divergence going on. 4-hour chart. It's there. Impending price action continuation to the upside. You got it, but again, it's just following Bitcoin, man. Just doing what Bitcoin's doing. So you're, you know, right? This is a bearish argument here and a very bullish trend. Bitcoin, the same thing, but you know it's not. This is gonna play out if Bitcoin's bearish divergence of the daily plays out, right? You know that. But if Bitcoin somehow, you know, like goes sideways and you never break down really, then Ethereum's probably gonna hold on to 1750, and then eventually invalidate and violate the pattern, the bearish stuff, right? The bearish argument that's definitely here. So let's see how this plays out. That 4-hour divergence. Okay, that's kind of it on Ethereum. Hidden bearish divergence argument still, it's beginning to play out. Just like Bitcoin's daily classic bearish divergence playing out, Ethereum's hidden bearish divergence is playing out where you have negative momentum building. So it could only be the beginning for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Could be the beginning. And it just hasn't quite played out so much yet. Price action, I've seen that before, where it's like, oh yeah, you showing clear divergence and there's a few levels of negative momentum has just begun, but and then as you get more negative momentum, you eventually then start breaking down. So it's really tough here, man. This is not like, oh my god, wonderful opportunity in crypto, it's so perfect, everything's lining up. You had too many of those opportunities. Now it's not as easy. Now it's like, oh god, we have contradicting variables going on. Crap. Weekly. Nothing going on the weekly, really. Nah, just indecision candle. Nothing really, man. Okay. Shouldn't even be there. Okay. That's it, man. That's Ethereum. It's gonna do what Bitcoin does. Wow. And there's bearish stuff going on, right? On the 4-hour and daily at the same time. That's not bullish. That's not an area to be taking a long position. I know it could get invalidated. Dang, man, you just gotta be cognizant of what the chart's telling us, and it's down next, not up on Ethereum. And same thing with Bitcoin, but again, we also know bearish patterns, bearish indicators are oftentimes unreliable and definitely can underperform if they do play out. So all right, so we can look at Litecoin, which you could imagine is in the same boat as Ethereum. I mean, like perfectly. right? Litecoin, it broke the flag, but it's holding the 195. It's a nice line from history, and it's also, look, it's been regarded as support resistance locally too, because it's a nice line from history from 2018. So it's above it. It's holding it. It's not showing any indication of a reversal right now. You're losing your negative momentum. It's underperforming Bitcoin hardcore. So, but if Bitcoin sells off, you could imagine it's going to outperform in the selling. It's going to sell off harder than Bitcoin is. I think Ethereum would sell off harder than Bitcoin would if we got a reversal on the big boy, the one to rule them all, right? So there's no change here besides you did break that upsloping consolidation, that hidden bullish divergence manifested into bearish consolidation, bear flag, and so you're out of it. Once you break 195 for real though, really think it's pretty, I mean, simple to believe that 172, 179 is going to be the next target, the next area where it would run to. Okay, hanging on, but only because Bitcoin's hanging on too, all right? Anyway, wasn't that Cody? Cody or something, dude? Yep. Cody, man. He was up like crazy too, right? Too many Esquins to keep up with, man. Too freaking many to keep up with. Yeah, it's pretty nice how it rounded out. It's pretty symmetrical too. Right, momentum shifted, and now you're just at this resistance right there. So if you break that resistance, I mean, obviously the scam wick right here with the moon boy antenna, whatever that Wolf calls it, I don't know. I mean, you think that's the next target, 60 cents. But if you're talking about like a structural measured move, you can always do that. I mean, clearly, right?
Thanks for the content and daily streams on the market. Considering the Patreon, how noob friendly is it, or should I learn more basics first?
It's pretty noob friendly. I mean, I think you could be at all levels and join the Patreon and get some benefit out of it. So yeah, there's, I mean, I think if you're new and you invest in yourself, you give me 30 days and you just are going to spend 30 days investing in yourself and trying to utilize the Patreon, but not just that, it's just like learning. You're going to be way further than you were. You're going to look back in 30 days and be like, dang, dude, I can't believe where I was just 30 days ago. I can't believe this. So, and there are too many people in the chat right now that are patrons. We have over 1,300 patrons again, right? And I think they could attest for the value that is in the Patreon. All right, thank you, Unix, for the 5.
TA every day. Peace.
What's up, Dow Jones, man? Thanks for the 5. You're streaking through the quad, through the gymnasium. All right, thank you, dude. Dang, well, you know, the one thing that I was disappointed about, I don't really care up and down on Bitcoin's price and stuff, but I was really, you know, you remember what Gavin said, right? Gavin was like, by Monday evening, if Bitcoin's at all-time highs, or if it had hit by then, he would he would take out Bitcoin Casino. That doesn't look like that's happening, unfortunately, but, oh well, man, it was very considerate of him to just let that be an opportunity, let that be a thing, so... Anyway, yeah, Cody's up 6.92% right now, and if it breaks 48.9 cents, it's going to 60 cents, but if you're talking about a measured move, maybe what's happening here, right, you could maybe think 66 cents. That's probably lined up with the near the 1272 or something. Yeah, it's pretty close to 1272 at 67 cents. So, yeah, man, very bullish uptrend, attempting its rally. There's no bearish divergence or anything right now on it. Maybe the dailies help. Daily is fine. I mean, like, yeah, eventually you could show bearish divergence, but you could be at much higher levels. It's only begun to build here, and decent. I mean, a little bit of volume today coming in. So yeah, you break. I think 60 cents is very likely, assuming Bitcoin doesn't like crash or something. You know, remember it's all the altcoins, man. If there's volatility on Bitcoin, that is the kryptonite. Gavin Crown, man. You're right, dude. You're right about that. That was another part of
We have until Friday. Smaller increase from Bitcoin Casino. Nonetheless, a new top donor. At least we didn't break $10.
I have till Friday.
For you to deal with.
Yeah, dude. The other side of it was if Bitcoin hit $10 by the same time, $10, then he would charge back everything he's ever donated to me. So we dodged a bullet on that one, man. Thank you, Gavin, for the consideration. We'll see what happens, right? So I guess he's extending the deadline. to Friday. It would be nice. It would be real nice, but sorry. Yep. I mean, you could. There's just so many things that could happen here, and like everything's fulfilled. Like the bearish stuff plays out, and then eventually Bitcoin pivots and rallies, and the bullish stuff plays out. Like it's definitely possible at this point. So yeah, man, Cody looks pretty good for more upside if, I mean, assuming it can break 48.9 cents. And it's very close to it. All right. Now, if you reverse, I mean, you're probably coming back down to 36 cents or something. I don't know. You just back tested 42.375 cents, right? You just back tested that as support for going again. So strong, very strong asset. There's definitely a handful of them out there. Like Theta, look at this, dude. Theta, beautiful bull pull, bull flag breakouts. $10, right? We're talking about $10 target. Psychological. It's insane. It's one of the most bullish assets that exist in this space and all of crypto. Theta's a beast lord. It is. Theta. Not much more to talk about, right? I mean, it was amazing. So, see you up at 10. You know, man, alert. Why not? And then we got H-bar. H-bar, wow, very interesting. Well, somewhat interesting. It had that bounce, man. It's almost like double bottoming, right? And it's almost a small harmonic too. It's like, look, dude, this is so cool. I love it. You get the big moves up, you sell off, you hit a critical support at 30 cents, and then this happens after you hit a support, right? The reaction, you get a, dude, that is a textbook bullish Gartley. Holy crap, man. Textbook bullish Gartley gets this nice reaction. You're showing positive momentum for the first time since the 15th of this month. So, you know what that means, right? And also on that, the PCZ, pattern completion zone, you had possibly on the higher low some hidden bullish divergence. On the RSI, look a little bit. So upside, you would think this, I mean, of course, you know, like 38 cents, but you think eventually 43 cents could be achieved again for just a test. This thing has been a beast, man. I mean, absolutely incredible. But this is like where we look for those harmonics, right? After the move up and then this big sell-off and then XABCD appears, right? You could even argue, I think down here, I didn't even look at it like this, but you could have argued, look, man, right? You get the sell-off and then you get the X, the A, the B, the C, and then the D, right? I mean, it's literally a textbook Gartley. Right? I mean, that's so real. XAB, it's like 64, let's see. Yeah, like it's pretty much Gartley. That's perfect Gartley, man. Like it's, right, you get the sell-off, XABCD, and then you rally. Right? You do it again and again. And it's all over the place, dude. All over this market, right? XLM, crazy. Tons of them. Just like that. Litecoin, same thing. Lots of them. So you just got H-bar doing the same. Okay. We'll see what happens on one bottom and a second bottom. Maybe a confirmation low to take us to test 43.697 cents again. All right. Nice. One asset that's really interesting, okay, is BAT. You know what this trend line is right here? This top one, this yellow one, $1.08.8. That is all-time high from 2018. Look left. Holy crap. You can talk about critical area. It's on the daily. I don't know why it does this. Like it's not visible on the 4-hour, but then you go to the daily, and it is there, right? So you're back testing what was once resistance as support for the first time in human history on BAT. Okay, this never happened. So you're trying to hold it. Don't know if it's going to hold. There's nothing implying it's going to reverse now to the upside or it's going to break down. There's no edge on the oscillators, but again, all-time highs. And anything above 1.8 cents is maybe price discovery, right? So David McCoy, thanks for all the education. The value is so much higher than what you charge. Thank you, dude, for the kind words. I appreciate that, man. Well, hey, dude, it's, you know, I'm just glad you think that. So on the 4 hour on BAT, hidden bullish divergence argument is developing, assuming this can hold. I mean, you're losing the negative memo. Of course, you could just start building again, but I think a lot has to do with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not volatile. BAT has a chance to keep going, man. I would think that if it can hold 108 and it begins to pivot and rally, 141, of course, to test its new fresh all-time high. But after that, you're talking like 150 and then $2. Could you imagine a $2 BAT? In this market, why not? I mean, so yeah, dude. BAT was a great trade setup. It was doing really bullish stuff at the top of a Wyckoff range. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily with 3 rising valleys, back testing springs. Like, oh my god, the 200 moving. It was so good, right? And then you got, I mean, unfortunately, right, you know, ETC's, you know, it was doing some really nice stuff, and it still is. It's still above a pretty critical area here. Let me, what was that ETC to where all the data is? I think it's on Bitfinex. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Daily. Okay, so Ethereum Classic. I talked about this yesterday on stream. I've been talking about it at patrons. Yeah, you got to break 1316. I get it. I don't think that's part of the range really so much. I think the range was 950. So I guess like you're kind of, you know, in between two critical areas where it could obviously go back down. I mean, that would probably be incredible if you got one more opportunity at 950 to $9.87, right? What if we got like a freaking double bottom here? Holy crap, man. That would be like the holy grail. That would be the most incredible opportunity if that happened, you know? A confirmation low off of the top of the Wyckoff range. You may not get that luxury, but if big one sells off, you probably would. And that's the spot to really be looking, man, if that happened, okay? Confirmation lows. We don't like, first ones are okay, and you can get local confirmation lows like one here and another, right? But you know, that's on the 4 hour and 60 minute. On the daily, it's just one valley, clearly, right? One, and then here's the peak, and then you saw it one more time, you get that.
SNX looks amazing. Check it out, thanks.
Sad Hageki, what's up, dude? Thanks for the 20 SNX. Yeah, also SNP. Or maybe it was the same. I can't remember. Dude, there was one though with the cup with handle. Holy crap, dude. That was amazing. Thanks for the 5 super chat, Brucey, man. Yeah, pretty much, dude. SXP was the, yeah, I don't know. There's so many S-Coin tickers, dude. So many. So, but yeah, like that would be legendary if we ever got that opportunity. But you'd have to get Bitcoin pull back, right? Like bad. It would have to be like, oh, the divergence played out and Bitcoin's at 52K. That's how we would get that opportunity, all right, on ETC. But at the same time, you break 1316 anytime soon, oh man, you're going straight up to 18 bucks, but really, eventually, I'm thinking 22.78. This is just patience required, but Composite Operator has accumulated and acquired his large position, and he's just, he's in this, the Composite Operator. Look, here's his breadcrumbs, dude, chat. I mean, this, you can identify the Composite Operator on many different charts. Like GameStop, for instance. Michael Burry was the Composite Operator. June, July of last year, he was making his mark on the charts, leaving the breadcrumbs for us to ride the wave, because that's all we are. We're minnows. And the Composite Operator, he's not just the whale, he's like the great whale. Okay, the megalodon or something. Anyway, I think there are multiple ones like this, but right, like BAT, for instance, going back to it, burn this image in your mind somewhat, and then you go to BAT. And it's like, oh, Composite Operator eventually acquired its position, and then you broke out to the upside. Look, here's the backup. Beautiful. The run up and then that sell off to back test the top of the range that he created as support, and hidden bullish divergence developed there before the huge markup began, right? So that's kind of like Ethereum Classic is in that area, right? It's in between the breakout and just another resistance point that's not as important. So you see what I'm saying? But if we were like this one, you know, we had to zoom in on the 4 hour and we found that amazing pattern that got help with the hidden divergence. So that was it, you know. But ETC not really as clear on the 4 hour. Doesn't look as clean as BAT did. And you know, BAT got like Bitcoin Grayscale Trust acquiring a massive position. So like, I don't think ETC's. Well, I think ETC is already part of the Grayscale Trust, right, or something. So just understand, like, a lot of these coins for years have been doing nothing, but that's okay. Accumulation. Then the markup. All right. So what's up, Mike B? Thanks for the 20. Kava. We can look at it. What's the next one? It was. Oh, it's just SNX. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. It was like one of those, dude. It was like it's weird. It's like the daily it's rare. This one's so rare because there's like almost no S coin I could find that has classic bullish divergence and a really nice uptrend. Okay, so low, about the same low, and much lower levels of negative momentum. You got a bullish engulfing candle a couple days ago. I don't know, right into a freaking shooting star or something. But this is implying, right, SNX, if the technical analysis, the TA is respected on SNX, and pending price action, reversal to the upside is implied, and the target's $27 to $29. Okay, that's it. I wish there was more to talk about with it. I'm just telling you on the daily. There's not really. Go find me. Tell me. You go scan. All of y'all go scan and tell me an asset that's in a nice uptrend already that's showing classic bullish divergence on the daily, not 4 hour. You won't be able to find it, probably. And if you do, tell us about it, man. Right? I think you get it though, right? Even visible as the harmonic possibly on the daily. But yeah, it didn't quite get to that 886. It was close. It hit a 786 though, which is potentially a value area anyway. But yeah, man, right? What's going on with it? It's in an uptrend. It sells off, has a nice pullback, and the next ABCD shows up, right? Seen this before. So you really want to get back above that 200 moving average. As you can see, it's definitely regarding it as resistance, and now the 200's down sloping. You need to get some price action, so you always want the 200 moving average to be up sloping, not down sloping. So yep, SNX, man, it's pretty good looking. All right, there's no edge, nothing implying upside downside really right now on the oscillators. So again, that daily strong here, strong. Oh yeah, is this like it was like cup with handle, man? Definitely was like cup with handle, man. And look what's happened on Kava. It's back testing the old all-time high from August of last year as support. Well, it's actually springing and trying to back test the spring right here. Very interesting. All right, 550. That's an XA. Oh my God! Don't think it goes deep enough. It could be if it was a Gartley. Let's see if there's another little mini Gartley going on, you know? Nah, it's a little too deep, right? 68% is too much, but it's like an 84%. It's an XABCD kind of right there, man. That's powerful. That's really strong. I know it's not conventional harmonic, but man, hard to ignore that, right? Bullish engulfing candle off the spring back test to where you think the target would at least be 670 if this was to play out. Yep, 670 to 679, right? That's like that high from March 12th and 17th, right? That's your little zone right there. But this could also, I mean, think about it, you know, Kava on the daily. Forget that harmonic. Just look at this, man. It's like up with handle. Well, hold on. I guess, what do you mean? There are obviously much better areas to get in on Kava a little late, you know. This is definitely not your low risk areas. There's definitely bearish divergence on the daily too. Look, a high on price and a discernible higher high with lower levels of positive momentum, lower levels of relative strength. So, and you're losing it. You're just kind of like Bitcoin a little bit. So yeah, that is a contradicting variable to the 4 hour. But yeah, like up, and then you had the handle, deep handle, and then the breakout, and that target, if it was going to actually complete, it should only be visible on the freaking daily. All of that. Right, you see what I'm saying? Like, eventually could, if it's gonna measure the move of itself, I mean, talking almost $10. I think that's extremely reasonable to believe if you can hold this support from August 16th and Valentine's Day. I think it's definitely a possibility, but man, that divergence is there. So you got to understand it's not the most ideal situation where all your time scales are saying the same thing. One time scale is contradicting the other, and that time scale, this one, happens to be more significant than the one that's looking more bullish in the short term. So, what's up, Jerry? Thanks, Steve, for the 20. Yeah, I can look at the celery. Sure. Cool. Anyone watching today? Thanks for the 1,239 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. We don't even have 300 likes yet, and I've been live for 40 minutes. Guh. Dead streamer. Pretty much. Alright. It's pumping. It's up 29% today. My God. Holy crap.
OMG. Take a look 4 hours and daily. Thanks, Mitch. Number
Sure.
1 stream on YouTube. Best community around.
Thank you, Michael, for the $20 super chat. Yeah, we'll look at it. Here we are on CELR to BTC. All right. Or yes, you have a major breakout, a colossal breakout, where the next target really is probably 184 Satoshis. I mean, you come back test, of course, but that's a big breakout, a major breakout, and a major weekly double bottom, monthly double bottom. Yeah, it's gorgeous, dude. And if you ever broke 184 Satoshis, then you've got a good chance of seeing 266 Satoshis, right? It reminds me of like Ethereum, like a year ago. Or like, you know, at least 8-9 months ago. Same thing, right? A valley, a second valley. Let's go that weekly. Well, let me see what these are. Of course not. Look at that, man. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, look at this valley, and look at this second valley, the slightly lower low than your previous low, and look how extreme the divergence ended up being. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't look at Bitcoin pairs much, but this was incredible, dude. So on the weekly, though, on the weekly, there's no real discernible resistance until 242 sats. That's incredible, dude. That's like a measured move too. That's close to measured move. That's where you could be. All right, just talk about how do we do it? You know, like just how did we do it on Monero? and Litecoin and Ethereum, right? I mean, there you have it. I mean, it goes up to, that's your 100% measure move, a weekly double bottom, 215 Satoshis, breakout this week. It's happening right now. Beautiful. You're overbought though. All-time highs on your RSI are at 80, but we've seen some assets on the daily get to much higher levels than 80, so. That's it, dude. So definitely not like it's value, but it's breakout, and as long as you can sustain prices above 118 Satoshis long enough, you got a good chance of seeing 216, 240 on the weekly. All right, could take a couple months or something, but or a few months. But dang, nice one. Anyone got any other BTC pairs that look like this, but not so much played out yet, that are beginning to, you know, spring and show confirmation lows? I don't know, man. Okay, gathered the request. Oh no, OMG. Alright, gotcha. Down 1% today. You know, to me on the daily it looks fine. Or the weekly, excuse me. I'm actually looking at this the weekly first time. Yeah, here's your weekly OMG. Trying to engulf. You could get a weekly bullish engulfing candle here on OMG in an hour and 13 minutes. And it got close, but it's not yet tested that weekly candle high close that was at one time all-time highs at 641. You got real close, but I mean, you see the pullback, probably most likely because Bitcoin has been, you know, selling off since March 14th. So yeah, the pullback, but still nice. And if you break 641, you know probably $10 is in the cards. Okay, that's it, dude. OMG, we knew that anything above 416 to 440, really bullish, man. You back tested it as support. Incredible. But right here on the daily, where traders settled up at their highest point, August 22nd, you just hit it as a resistance pretty much and pulled back. Bitcoin, that's why.
Why is it 41 cents on KuCoin and 48 cents on Binance?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, just I don't know. Does anyone know why an S coin is 48 cents one place and 41 the other place? I mean, I'll answer you with this. Okay.
Why is tree good? Why is sunset good? Why is luge good?
I don't even know if you could hear that. Okay. Yeah, dude. Anything above, I mean, OMG, it could be the same case. It's the same thing as Ethereum Classic, kind of, in many ways, where it's rallied that first time, held it, and ran up and hit some other resistance, and could sell off, and you could get really lucky. I mean, it would be a blessing. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It would be a blessing for the swing trader, position trader, to get one more test of that old, you know, congestion area, the top of a Wyckoff range, in my opinion, at 440, 450. Get one more test to be a higher low, and it'd be confirmation, one bottom and a second bottom. We covet that. It may never happen though. All right, that's your OMG. It will probably happen if Bitcoin's bearish divergence continues playing out. We sell off more. But if Bitcoin just starts, you know, on the new week, instead of reversing down and gets bad, it starts pumping or something, well, then it's probably not, you're not going to get another test down there. So it's just all the macro is going to determine whether you get confirmation or not on a daily time scale. Okay, nothing's really implying downside right now on the outside. There's just no bearish divergence or anything, no anything like that, or bullish divergence for that
matter. Thoughts on Monday markets? Many thanks.
Yep. Thanks, Jared, for the 20. Appreciate it. Yep. Nasdaq futures, sure. So we got time. I mean, hour 10 minutes till Bitcoin confirms it's a failed attempt to break back above the 4-hour high of $58,100. So you really want to close above that. I mean, that would be best case scenario. If someone's going to ask, what do we want to see on the weekly close? Close above $58,100. All right. So I guess that's it. I mean, I guess that's the Nasdaq now. Futures. This is delayed, so forgive me. And it's delay, but a clean, fresh chart finally, right? Well, the you haven't made a higher high than that right shoulder on the 4 hour, so remember it was the head and shoulders pattern. I don't know, Nasdaq futures are a little different. Now it's almost like an inverse head and shoulders is developing. Mother of God. Well, you got a neckline. You got, I mean, it's a potential structure. It's a potential pattern we're identifying right here. It's like a little slanted neckline. Wow. And guess what? The trend isn't bearish. I'm sorry. The trend is certainly stupidly bullish on Nasdaq futures. So, you know, bearish patterns. Nasdaq was perfect, and it got not violated quite yet because it's not made technically a higher high. But it's getting there. So we're just identifying this for you to see. And it's right at the area where it could be the lowest risk area ever to take a long on a potential structural pattern for a trade. Look how you back tested the old all-time high from September 2nd. It's support. Now, of course, the best thing ever would be to go down to test 12,475 and just bounce off it. And that's a spring back test of a spring, right? So that could happen. But, man, you got to admire the way this is looking right now. I don't think you could argue with me on that, right? That's exactly where you'd want to see some sort of 4 hour inverse head and shoulders after a sell-off, right? A drawdown in an uptrend. Perfect. And you back tested old areas as support. I think that's kind of glorious, man. That is definitely lower risk area long stuff on Nasdaq. Now I know the weekly sucks, it's been sucking, but it's just money printer just keeps going burr. This could be a trade opportunity on Nasdaq futures. I can't even believe it. Anyone else looking at this being like, dang, dude, that's the gem of the stream so far? All right, like, let's just say, you know, how would we target if it was gonna actually play out? Pretty easy, right? The measured move of the structure from the breakout, like we do, OVA and OVA. It's 14,359 would be your target if this actually manifested and became a confirmed inverse head and shoulders. It's not a confirmed head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders until you break the neckline. That hasn't happened yet. It's still developing. So, nice one. Nice contribution, JR. Thanks for looking at futures, because Nasdaq spot looks a little different than this. This looks pretty awesome, man. Very good. What more could you ask for? Dude, seriously. What does that mean? This is good for Apple and all big tech and stuff, right? Have it in October. Oh, it certainly did. Look here, listen. You know, let's do it.
Look here!
But the problem is, it didn't really, it turned into a bear cipher and reversed, right? So, you know, that's the thing. Bitcoin's done this before too, where it shows inverse head and shoulders and then runs up, hits 78% retraces, PCZs of bearish ciphers, and then they reverse. And then they never hit the measure move and the trade like fails, right? So, but that's interesting, like we're talking about that, because that's the good old fashioned BAMM, the what is it? The bat magnet. What is it? Bat action magnet move, where it's a phenomenon Scott Carney discovered, where once B is broken of the potential XABCD, it will like run up to the 886. Now it needs to be a 50% retrace from your high to low, but those are opportunities where, you know, you get one more push up to those deeper retraces, 786s, 886s. Okay, so, you know, same thing could be here, where you're developing that cipher or something, right? Like an XA, B. It's too deep though, right? Too deep. But if you break B, right? If you break B, then it could run up to at least 13,770. Was this a 50% though? That's 50%. Yeah, so you break that, which just happens to be the neckline. It's so convenient here. You know, the BAM, Scott Carney's saying that it could take you to 13,775 But again, it could end up being a massive inverse head and shoulders pattern too. But that's where you get a reaction. You pull back some, make a higher low, then you go again. So very nice, man. Very nice. Yeah. Wow. Unreal.
I know cup and handle is kind of a thrown around term. Could
Yeah,
you
it is.
a true historical one and check out ERJ?
Yeah, I wish I could. I know there's one out there that I've seen before. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but I can't remember what asset it's on. I could probably find it searching, but it might take 10 years. Dude, I wish there was a way to like blacklist a song off Spotify to where it would never play again, right? No matter what. I mean, you know, your playlist will end and new songs will generate. It's like that's just that song right there. I wish I could never hear it again, no matter what. Okay. Triggered. Ruined the stream, pretty much, dude.
Hello, can you look at bake/pissed?
Bake to the Binance US dollar, Mohammed. Thanks, dude, for 20. Sure. Dude, you know there's something, you know there's stake coin, right? STAKE. Now, of course, someone tweeted, there's a new stake coin, like literally spelled like, did you say steak? Like you're gonna eat a steak. Of course, it was only a matter of time. In before Donut Coin, in before frickin' Pizza. There's probably already these things, right? Pizza Coin and Barbecue Coin. I can't wait for BBQ to analyze BBQ down the road. It's coming, dude. In the next year, there's gonna be a Barbecue Coin. Okay. Someone bookmark this, okay? I don't make long-term predictions, but I think in the next year, Barbecue Coin could be very real. All right. What was that, Michael? Yeah, dude, we'll look at Matic. Thank you, man. Dang it, dude. One terrible song ruins the whole vibe, the whole thing. I was rolling. We was going, man. All right. Who's Frava or something? Well, I mean, I congratulations if you made money on this, but not really the best request. Yes, it has certainly broken out. Yes, yes. Not sure I've ever seen this before. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yep, ERJ has broken a very critical ice line, the most critical ice line that exists on the planet on this chart ever. Now, here's what you want on ERJ. We want to see a back test, but we may never get it. You got bearish divergence, but it could just get invalidated. You could just start building positive momentum. Dude, anything above. All right, based on history, what has always happened above 921? Always. No matter what, you at least get a minimum run up to 1674. Minimum. All right, so ERJ above 921 is stupidly bullish. Nice request, dude. I mean, in ways, because it's definitely not like, hey, you're using divergence to identify a secondary bottom, right? A bullish, look at this, local on the daily, man. Think about, you go back, it's all-time lows, man. This sucks, dude. But then look at this. Man, identifying that divergence at that critical support could have yielded you stupid. But there were so many assets doing it at the same time that it's like, yeah, we were able to identify some, just not all, because there are thousands of tickers, right? I mean, that's what you're looking for, dude. Daily bullish divergence at a critical support, right? Sellers are implying they're exhausted. How could they push this price lower when they're so exhausted? They can't. Most of the time it manifests into this. And so, again, anything above 921, eventually 1674, but you could always back test this zone, 882 to 921, as support first, okay? Let me do this real quick. What's up, Paul? Thanks, man. I'm just gonna, well, you know, you see it. I'm just gonna do it right here, okay? So you know, like, It's the zone. It's the zone of support where if you backtest it, you backtest the spring, it could be amazing. At the same time, it's probably you're gonna run it and fill a gap first.
$5.69. Hey Mitch, can you take a look at the LZBTC?
So Andrew, thanks.
0.130660000 LTC.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for the $25.69 of Litecoin crypto contribution. Gotta love it, man. Yeah, sure. So you can go run up, fill the gaps. 22% of the time act as supports and resistance. So it could reverse there, and you might be blessed for a back test of 882 to 921 after the gap fill. Right? Because eventually there will be bearish divergence that matures on the daily, as you can see it already, a high, and now you're making higher highs with much lower levels of positive Momo, but it might just keep going. But at the same time, right, I mean, if it never comes to back test for confirmation, it sucks, you know, because we as traders, we want the price to come to us. We want to be strategic in our entries. We don't just want to FOMO off a break above a support, right? That's, you know, freak out a little bit. So it could, again, go all the way up to 1674 and test that as it's tested many eons. Okay. Yeah, look at that, man. It's just like a zone, mini zone up there, 1674 to 17 bucks. That would be your target. And if you got the back test, man, that'd be a stupidly nice long position opportunity. All right, ERJ, nice request. Let's go to the next one, which was J Mike's. He spits hot fire, man. When J Mike's tips, you better look out, dude. He's becoming notorious for, oh my god, I'm excited when J Mike's tips me, because we know there's possible opportunity, right? That's a good thing. That's what you want.
Hey Mitch, Vow/USDT please. P.S. Gavin, please mentor me. Smiley face.
Super Jack, thanks for the 25 Canadian super chat. He says, Gavin, please mentor me. Gavin, a legend. So we're just looking at the daily, starting on the daily. Is it a cipher? It could be a cipher. Very little data here, unfortunately. You know, you want more data than this. So we gotta go to the 4 hour because that's all we can do, you know. Do we have a cipher? It's a little too perfect. There is no discernible, like it's, right, you could say X, A, B, C, D, but the problem is, right, you need that 113% or 886. You can't have 100%, otherwise you can't identify. It's impossible to know exactly where the PCZ would be, right? You have a certain set of variables that are requirements. I mean, so I'm just saying like this, you know, you could try to say, oh, it's a BAT or a Gartley or something, but it's 100% retrace on A and C, so it makes it difficult. Like that's a 7-8. It's funny because it's still XABCD, and still got a beautiful reaction on the 786. And the daily candle close was 97.7 cents. You saw me identify it and plot it there, and you can't really tell here, but it could wind up being, you know how these things happen. Like what is this? This is big. So we'll just, for instance, very little data on these S coins, right? Because they're newer, but at the same time, let's go to Rose. Okay, look at this image. Okay, you see it, and then you get a rose, and we go back, tripping through time. And it's like this. It's like no data really. Then XABCD develops, and look, it's like a double top. It's not perfect, but 786. You got one valley, a second valley, confirmation low down here. So, in Rose, I think a daily bullish divergence. So it's just like newer S coins show XABCDs after whatever. It's not just this one. It's not just Rose Song. Look at CRV. That wasn't perfect either. It had its own imperfections, right? Look, man. It starts up here and then it dumps and then look, 78% retrace. But look, this I did this using my like, you know, gut here on the daily. It was like a scam wick or whatever. But like on the, you know, on the daily, it wasn't, where traders set it up, 61% retrace. It was perfect. It was all perfect. 786, back testing spring stuff. Before, look what's happened. You know, this asset appreciated in value from that PCZ. From the PCZ to its highest level, it appreciated 700%. So you're trying to tell me that we go to Bake or whatever, Bake, and then it's like kind of the same thing, and you're like, oh, yeah, screw it, dude, forget it. Based on our experience in these newer S-Coin markets, it's hard to, even if it's 100% retrade, it's hard to ignore it, right? Based on what we've seen, to where we're talking like, if this repeats what all the other ones did, that eventually. Okay, you get the reaction. Now we're waiting on the confirmation. Give me a confirmation low at 97.7 cents with some divergence, and we might be on something big time. So just keep your eye on it. Bake to be USD. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add this to the watch list just because we've seen this before, man. Anyway, you get me. Hopefully you're understanding, you're following me a little bit here, right? What's up, Make Dust? Investing in your life in every aspect, from health to home. Absolutely, man. You have to. You gotta have some balance. You know, I mean, I need to work on that myself. Balancing work and life, or personal. Definitely, man. It's tough, dude. It gets tough. What was the next one? Oh, yeah. Hey, Elon at all-time high says, time to complete the sweet trio. Zug Zug. Thanks, Mitch. Thank you so much for the horde. Elon, thank you, dude. I didn't know you played Warcraft, man. Thanks, dude. Mega look the same, similar. I don't know, man. This one's a little more nebulous here. Yeah, I don't know, dude. This one's just like it had its run, and you're so high that, I mean, it seems like it's very possible that we could be in the midst of a correction or something. I mean, yeah, sure, it could hold. Really tough here. You know, how is it, right? Are we in a down sloping channel? Could be, right? But you're like, it's similar to something else. Get its divergence on the daily. Could be.
Which can you take a look at dollar cake, dollar USDT, or dollar BIST, whichever has more data? Tie.
Okay, Matthew, thank you. Sure. Sure. No divergence at all on the daily. No idea, man. What's going on? 33, 33, 33 repeating, of course. No, I don't really. I mean, like, of course you could just keep going to the upside, but I'm not really seeing anything that's like. You just saw what we looked at, right? On like multiple assets where people were requesting assets, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Nasdaq and the Bake and ERJ. So those are really good requests. These are really tough, man, because they're like, there's no help on the daily. It's just think about it, man. Think about what you're requesting. You're requesting an asset that appreciated in value in 47 days, 2,000%. And now it's pulling back from that. Who cares if it keeps going? It could keep going, man. But, you know, there's so much opportunity. You know, when it mattered to really care about this was down here. Wyckoff range, right? You break this 2.9 cent area. You could moon. You even broke it and back tested it and held it as support. And then you ran up here. I mean, these are the times to be requesting stuff like Matic. I don't know now, man. Matic's it's stupid now. 2,000% in 47 days. Forget it, man. Like, of course you can keep going. But at the same time, there's a tremendous amount of downside if market participants want to push it down, especially if Bitcoin gets volatile, showing that daily bearish divergence. Right? So, I don't know, man. Like, bearish engulfing candle yesterday. No edge. No thanks. Okay. Well, you kind of missed the boat on this one, didn't you? I mean, you could have requested this at much lower levels before any of this stuff happened, of course, right? It's okay, whatever. Let's see. This is BLZ to BTC. right? I mean, better areas, of course. And Bitcoin has certainly rejected 58,000 on the 4 hour and just said, hey, it's resistance. Yep. It fell below the support and has now just rallied and is saying currently, yeah, this is resistance, man. It's not support anymore. Sorry. That's normally not good. So, yeah. You got 50 minutes, but you're kind of running out of time now, aren't you? So yeah, there was an amazing looking inverse head and shoulders, and the right shoulder ended up back testing a spring. It wasn't perfect, but it was there. I mean, you could identify it. The neckline ended up getting pretty freaking nice looking. Discernible anyway. Right, like, oh, it's a head, it's a left shoulder, it's right shoulder. Right. Neckline was just right here. So asking now, it's kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, so throw.
Is that a join?
Work. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Yeah, I love that, man. That neckline was kind of like a critical resistance too, right there. So always chance of a back test. You almost always back test, man, on these when they go up like that and they crap around.
Rich Raymond taking a look at Ido Sunku coin. Thanks, James. 0.01118812 ETH.
Sure, and you. We'll look at it. Thanks. Thanks for Ethereum. So I mean, a measured move would take you to 1,025 satoshis, I would imagine, right? TA Tetris stuff. No, not quite. It hit it. So, like, what do you want? You know, you ask, you're requesting an asset that had a pattern that hit its target and is pulled back, and is, who knows now? I have no idea now. What do you want from me now? It's a hindsight thing. There's nothing, but I didn't request this. I mean, like, this happened, and yeah, I would think that eventually it could eventually go to 1,025. That's going to be a big test area. If it ever breaks that, based on price action correlation historically, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. If you ever break 1,025, you go to 1,777 sats. But now I don't know. Back test could be an area, and if it holds, then great. Then it could run to 1,025. But now it's like it's played out. It played out, man. But yeah, you're at a point where, like, on the weekly. For the weekly here, you know, there's quite potentially a lot of upside.
The trends in the mix tonight is taps. Big ups.
So Nitro Tigers, thanks for threes, dude. Glad you like it. Hopefully it's not too loud though. It's not supposed to be so loud that it you know, whatever. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it on the weekly, I think there could be a lot of upside potentially. But as you just saw in the 4 hour for a swing trade or something, it's played out. Yeah, you know, you pull back, he pulls back to the neckline or something, and one wants to hold it long term because they're seeing something like this. Look at that hidden bullish divergence that ended up developing from a low to the slightly higher low. Yeah, it could be a lot of upside if it's going to do what the others were doing, right? Confirmation low on the weekly. Yeah. But that could take months. It's not, I mean, again, the 4 hour trade played out, weekly, you know. Favorites, what up, Mitch? Got the complete set now, learning a bunch and digging the folks in the Discord. Thanks. Thank you for supporting the stream and enjoy that canvas print. I think that's one of the prettiest ones. Was the most recent one, the chart patterns canvas merch. Thank you. All right. So Bitcoin has rejected 58K. Let's go back to it real quick. Said, nope, I am not going to break back above this. Dang it, man. I don't know how that happened. Right, it was here. It was that high. February 21st. You can see it. You fell below it. And you've now successfully back tested what was once resistance as resistance again. That's normally not bullish. That's not a bullish. That's not bullish price action, right? But I guess you're still in the price contract. You're still in the triangle somehow, right? Look at the daily, still it's fine. I mean, it's not really a big deal. Look, you know, you are in jeopardy now of closing below the highest level, the 21st on the daily now, where you weren't. You were above it. It was pretty nice, but now below. $44 to your weekly and daily candle close. If you join the live stream with the like button, the bell, that's up. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. I know it's Sunday. People got things to do.
Mitch, thank you for being such an amazing human and helping us all. Truly appreciate that. Much respect.
Is that a join?
Japanese, thanks for the 420. Appreciate it, man. Hey, man, I'm glad you're getting value out of what I do here, so I appreciate you watching. Just keep it up. Keep investing in yourself, man. That's whether you watch this stream or not. Like, if you're watching it one time, just invest in yourself. Okay, just it's so easy. You will succeed and beat out most people if you just apply yourself and you try to get better than yourself from the day before. It's a simple formula to succeed and to be better than everyone else. So this was a Gartley that played out and then it's dumped, right? It was perfect and it rallied, 50% retrace, and it's just reversed again, unfortunately. But where you are very, very critical, right? I mean, you are at extremely critical areas. Trying one bottom, maybe a second on the 4 hour. You might be diverging. It's very interesting here, but man, the pretty terrible trend is not going too well, is it? So at this point, I mean, one could have their stop below X or something, you know, if they wanted to try to take a chance here. You know, it's... I think you got a range, and you're at the very bottom of the range, just barely holding on. And if it held and got back above 9 1/1000ths, 9.7 1/1000ths of a penny, then it could eventually go to 1.3. Oh my god, dude, what is this? It's so worthless. BAO token is worthless. No matter where it goes, it's just gonna be worth nothing. Yeah, 1.3 tenths of 1 cent is where it could be headed if it can hold this little range zone here, you know. And it's now an 886, so whatever. I mean, yeah, they go to the 886. As long as it didn't fall below X, it could be still valid and fine. I'm just showing you a zone. It's the zone of critical support where you don't want to be below that, really, okay? So yeah, I mean, you might have a shot. Let's see if there's any help on the daily. Nothing, dude. It's terrible on the daily. It's really crap on the daily, man. Sorry. I mean, it's like whatever. One can take a shot, though. I mean, you can't say it's not at a critical support at like the lowest risk support area ever, right? Especially for a harmonic being there. Anyway. And moving on. Did you say cake? Cakes. There it is, man. Cakes moon time. Bullish cipher. It's gonna do it, man. I mean, most likely, if it's gonna pull a rose, if it's gonna pull a freaking ocean, if it's gonna pull a CRV, it's gonna moon. It's gonna go nuts. Cake could go absolutely insane here. I'm not kidding, dude. This could be a trade setup. Sweet mother of God. This is it, dude. This is it. Why is this so good? Because old supports, right? Look where it started, February 19th. Look, another one, the low from February 23rd. You're springing and you're back testing the spring and you're holding it. It looks amazing, dude, for upside. I'm just like, it could fail, of course, but dude, you see these things so many times. It's like, oh, look the F out on cake to the US dollar tether chat.
Is what I do.
Oh yeah, look out on cake. I'm telling you, man, this is, it's a gem, it's a jewel. You're now being rewarded for watching the stream, right? We've been live an hour and 15 minutes. This is your reward for hanging on and paying attention and just sifting through all of it. Cake. I present to you cake. This is exactly where you want to see one of these harmonics. Just let me show you here, okay? Well, let's do it. Why not? Just like, give me a sec. This takes a minute, all right? 39 minutes, so your daily, weekly close. Cake. Oh my God, cake. I mean, I just can't even, like, this is like where, hey, you remember when that time when you used to be a FOMO scrub? This is where you get the FOMO feeling now. That feeling you got, you now get here at critical value areas, at ice lines, at back tests of springs and stuff. That's where your mental polarity shift, where you were once here freaking out over assets doing what theta's doing and all that. You now flipped it, and where prices are here, that's where you're freaking out, because I'm freaking out. Here you go, dude. Alright, or we could find the one that was the cipher. Well, was there one of those that were all lower highs on C?
Give me a few weeks and you'll see. Blinking face.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, here we go. Ocean was a great one. Dude, look. Okay, Ocean. It was a cipher, a higher low on C. And then what did it do? It went and it back test old. It had nothing to do with the harmonic. It was just ice line before, just like here on cake, man. Same freaking picture in ways. All right. And where did Ocean go? Oh, it just happened to appreciate in value like 1,000% or something stupid. And it's still going, by the way. It's up 11%. Chat. Yeah, 74 days, 463%. Let's go, dude.
Can you check Bake? Not even kidding.
We just looked at Bake, didn't we? Like, literally just looked at it. Thanks. I can't look at it again. If we, like, just looked at it, like, what's the point? So, just give me a second here, okay? I gotta do something. Alright. Everyone have a good weekend, man. Everyone doing okay? Alright. Everyone's doing alright, man. Okay. Sweet, dude. Sweet. Dude, I'm doing this off of, like... It's a joke, but it's literally not at the same time, okay? Sorry about the beep. That's a fake beep. Don't worry about it, alright?
It's simple. Just market by dollar cake if you prefer well.
Thank you, dude. Wow, this is it, man. This is it. I'm telling you, whatever, dude. You watch the stream, okay, here you go. Alright, next one. Was ideology. I don't know. I mean, it's in a bull trend. Is it a head and shoulders? I mean, it could be, but it also, you know, it's. You know, I could understand why you think that maybe it's head and shoulders, but at the same time, this trend's so bullish, it could just be like this. I think it could be a pseudo ascending triangle. I'm not kidding. Pseudo ascending triangle. Like, you had that fake out here, but look what's been regarded multiple times as resistance since the fake out. I think it's more like an ascending triangle than it is a head and shoulders pattern. Love the accumulation here. And if it, yeah, this is a great looking, it's a pretty freaking good looking chart. Idea to the US dollar tether, S coin, measure move, if it breaks out. It's probably going to go a lot higher than this, but I'm just telling you, traditional technical analysis to an untraditional S coin market, 57 cents is that first target. And I would think second target could be like $1, man. I mean, okay, I get it. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Let's see how that plays out for you, okay? In these bullish conditions, let's see how the head and shoulders plays out for you. All right, on this new S coin. I'm not sure I trust a head and shoulders here. He asked for bake, not cake, but I thought we looked at literal bake. Man, what are you talking about? We did look at bake, so wow. Obviously, you weren't watching the stream. That's it, dude. That's 57 cents and $1 at this point, man. Like, if this thing's gonna do it, man, this is what probably it. Okay, there's very little data up there, so swinging for the fences on idea. Crazy enough, all right? Yeah, cake baking analogy for cake. Yep, let's go, dude. Cake's it. I'm a cake fan. I'm definitely a cake fan right now. Cake Moon Boy. Diabetes. This is an idea on idea. Crazy, right? We'll see. Yusuf, thanks again for the 2774. With no message on it, it didn't say, I don't think. Did you tip 2 2774s, Yusuf, man? Thank you, man. But it's crazy, though. Like, I mean, when you requested bake, it was like I'd looked at it maybe 5 to 7 minutes before you tipped. So, I don't know, man. We got the request, though. That met the minimum criteria. So, sweet.
This record is a message.
I'm glad we did.
To young people.
But yeah, dude, I mean, still, like, mysteries about on Bitcoin. It's just not, like, you know how clear and concise and confident we could be when the asset that we're looking at is in an uptrend, parabolic uptrend, or beginning to be parabolic, creates the falling wedge pattern, has hidden bullish divergence, right? Impending price action, continuation of the upside. Then we had 4-hour and 60-minute indication of upside, and they all converged right here on February 1st and 2nd before this big markup. So that makes it, of course, that's what we want. That's amazing. But now, unfortunately, it's like you now have contradicting variables. You're not showing bullish divergence near like a breakout point. It's much more difficult to be confident in this. But again, the trend's so bullish, and maybe there really is a supply crisis. Yeah, that's it.
You guys want another gem? Dollar Cake is just one of them. Winky face.
I don't understand if y'all are just trolling at this point. Thank you. Okay, I'm not gonna look at BUSD. I'm looking at the actual asset that was requested. Okay, and it looks great. So that's it. With 30 minutes till your weekly close, so I guess I might get out of here. Right? I mean, has it not been a productive stream? I think it has been. It's been good.
Under the edge of 40.
Oh, I'd never give up on that. until it falls below $3 convincingly, and it never did. It went to backtest it and created its first major higher low.
Thanks, bro.
So,
People under the age of 25 certainly.
Mitch, entertain me. What are the specs of your PC? And don't give up on that. Finish strong on Friday.
yep, I did. Thank you. Dodo Bird didn't like. So ironic that Dodo got hacked or something, like really bad hack. So it's probably going the way of the Dodo Bird, I guess. Yeah, dude. This is like when we looked at it. You know, it was like, oh, hey, man, inverse head and shoulders, back testing, old resistance to support, all right, and just it failed. And but look, it got to the bottom of the range and just what happened? It broke out, but it didn't hold and rallied back, and it's just down here at this low part of a range, right? So yeah, kind of a dead idea on the inverse edge. That's okay. Sometimes that happens, man. Sometimes just like there's not enough demand to push it higher, and it failed and it just went down again, which on the daily could probably be pretty good, I would think. So now it seems like you more so like you've got this. Right, that's your big low risk zone of support where it's like, hey, anything down here could be low risk entry, right? I mean, it could. Also, it could sell off one more time and make a little harmonic. So there could be a lot of upside on Dodo if it ever catches bids, but it hasn't yet, obviously, right? Or the daily. Let me get rid of that real quick. No point in having it. Failed. Nice bullish and golden candle, and you know, a nice bullish and golden candle, but no data. I mean, it's just so limited on its data right now. And if you were asking about Dodo Bird or cake all the way. Cake, dude, cake, not Dodo. But at the same time, right? You gotta be aware, like that. This is kind of interesting, right? It's a lower risk and holding. It's a springing, trying to back test spring. And, I mean, kind of maybe bullish divergence on the MACD. Really tough, man. So, that's it. Have a stop below 350 or something if you want to, if it's going to rally like the rest of them did. You know, someone will be like, is that a harmonic? I mean, maybe. I think it's not, though. Like, XA.
Take a look at $SRM/$.
Yeah, if it was a Gartley, it failed pretty much. It went 100%. But it's an XABCD, so it could be the beginning of what be, you know, just eventually, right? But again, there's other ones that look better than this.
Can you take a look at PH? I appreciate your hard work. Thanks.
What's up, Bob? Thanks for 42, man.
Is that a join?
Matthew, what's up, dude? Thanks. Oh, specs on my PC. Give me a sec. So I can just read it off. God. All right, so I have two GPUs, right? I've got an NVIDIA or EVGA NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090. That's my main one. Then my secondary GPU is the EVGA NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. CPU is an AMD Threadripper 2970X. My motherboard is an ASRock X399. My power supply is a Seasonic Prime 1300 watt Platinum. My RAM 48 gigs Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro. My CPU cooler is an NZXT Kraken X73 or something like that, 244 millimeters. And my computer case is a Corsair Obsidian 1000D. Those are my specs of my PC, alright? Okay. You asked, so. Next one, next request. Does that thing come supercharged? Right, funny, just kidding. My cousin Vinny, boomer joke, right? Of course I built. There's no computer that exists on the planet that would be ready-made with those specs. Yeah, I buy power, man. They were just like, yeah, we just built this computer. Interesting. I mean, interesting chart. SRM to BTC in ways, right? I think you're probably looking, hey, is that a harmonic coming up or something? I mean, could be an XABCD. Look, I think anything above 7,783.78 could be real good. I mean, that's your congestion zone, the top of kind of a range or whatever.
What FPS are you getting on TradingView?
10,000 FPS. Thanks so much, dude. Just mess with it. Let's just see what happens. Screwing around here, it might be not good. 66. A little too deep. Man, it's like I had the 786 if it was gonna be a Garley. So yeah, I mean, this could be an interesting spot. Like, I'd love to see how this plays out. I don't know if I've ever traded it, but this zone right here is a deep retrace from the previous low. So yeah, what if it, so 66% on B, that means maybe it violates the 786 a little bit, maybe it goes to the 886. Anywhere in here could be a potential back test, and could be an entry, like where what was once a major resistance has now become support for the first time in history. That hasn't really happened. So yeah, it could. I mean, this could be good. SRM is a decent looking chart. Okay, so keep your eye on that one. For the person who requested it, which is Matthew Lindsay, just keep your eye on this, man. It's like, could be continuation.
Okay,
you are in an uptrend, right? You've been in an uptrend since you made that first higher high with the higher lows January 17th. I'm not a lich. Thank you. What are you gonna look at it, man? 23 minutes till your daily weekly close, man. Very cool. Now, say it holds that, right? That's an area where, wow, upside could be tremendous, where it could take you all the way back up to C and A. Yeah, man, I would think if it held 7,700, 8,300 long enough and started bouncing, your first target's 12,817 Satoshis. SRM to BTC, okay? That's where it could be headed. Keep your eye on it, all right? Next one. Of course, dude. In the end, look how it played out. Wow. Look at Fa. Wow. And it even got you even got a freaking confirmation low off of that. Fantastic, dude. So it's all but played out, right? It's still in a very bullish trend. One valley. Second. Try that. Great confirmation there. Oh, and geez, it was like bullish convergence. And almost bullish divergence because it was almost a double bottom. But man, look how you're above that 200 moving average. What an uptrend. It's a parabolic trend for now. But hey, remember there was a good time to be requesting this. You know, way back here. Way down here. That was, and look at that, man. This, just because it's kind of like, what are you looking at now? I mean, the fact that, look what the asset did at that high. Once it broke it. Pulled a V-chain where it, look. It was an all-time high from September of 2020. Look, it rallied and then sold off, and look how it regarded what was once resistance as support and support and support, right? One, like a reaction and then confirmation. And look where it went after that. Gone, right? So at this point, I don't really know, man. It's like kind of just maybe showing some 4-hour bullish divergence. You could try to argue a little bit, like a low, maybe the same low. It's not showing an XABCD or anything. I mean, this is where it could come to back test. It's never back tested 68 cents as support ever, right? I think that's where it would be more prudent, right? It would be a wiser, more strategic entry if FA was able to get to 68.8 cents. Okay, look, resistance, put resistance here, resistance, resistance, and why not eventually support for a long? Up here, I don't know, man. It's like kind of, it could reverse, but it's just a higher risk up here, man. Okay, it's almost like you got descending triangle or something maybe going on, like a base of buying at like 85 cents with lower highs, and really X, A, B, C stuff. So you're waiting on D, and this would be the BAMM, right? This could be the bearish. This could be the bad action magnet move, where it's the phenomenon where you get these XABCs, and once the B point is broken on the potential XABCD, you normally almost always go down to an 88% retrace, and that would be lower down here, 786, 886 down here. So I would just be waiting on this one because you just had a beautiful opportunity, okay, on fall. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey everyone, yes, sure, on request. Less than 20 minutes to your daily weekly close. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, sub, you know, I gotta say it, man. It's like Hugalo's Pizza, we are pizza. Also, still, I don't think anyone's ever gonna buy them ever again, right? But there's still 2 of 3 of the NFTs still available of the Elon. Must bring it up, right? It has to be brought up, okay? At least once. Here it is, dude. You could own this. You could own this beautiful piece of art. I don't know, it's lagging a little bit. Beautiful. The creation of Doge. Beautiful. Whoever bought that, we need to get them in touch with, FN viewer. We need to get him in touch with Watch the Suit so we can get this on display in the Mitch Ray TA Hall and Decentraland, right? Like the other one. Definitely need that. Our next request.
Daylight savings ruined candle close. Stream timing.
I know, dude. It did. But it's really good for people in Europe. A lot of people have said that are Europeans that it's actually a blessing because they're actually able to watch. It's not too late. So it's a win-lose, win, you know, whatever. Speaking of win. Bouncing Betty, I guarantee you could never do better in a million years. So with this one, it's kind of tough, man. It's kind of like, you're asking me about win to US dollar. Why? Why are you asking me for this? I love the backup here. Dude, that was a perfect backup. Holy crap. This is what ETC is doing. And this, dude, oh my god. It's like ETC before ETC broke out. My god. So I don't sure really why you're asking me to look at win. WIN. Once you break this right here, this 44.25 resistance, who knows where it could go? It could go even more insane. Like, there's nothing above you, dude. Nothing. Usually fib extensions, but it's already, the fib extensions are already broken, man. Like, high to low, you're at a 1618 up here. Yeah, you're right at the 1618. So that's a potential reversal area, but at the same time, if it ever breaks it, who knows? I mean, we're talking 58,000 or whatever this is. It's like, it's worthless, dude. It's useless. It's like 566 1,000ths of a penny or something. So it's just worthless. But it could be less worthless. It's up 18% today, pretty much. So I don't know. Like, we're looking at it, I don't want to spend too much time on it. Besides the fact that I love the markup and then the backup. The backup that back tested the top of the range as support before it went bonkers, just like ETC is in the midst of doing right now. That's it. Next one. I thought we already looked at this. Maybe we did. I don't know. Again, it's like one of those where it's like a little late, man. Like, man, SRM, it was a look. You broke the resistance from September 2nd of last year. You back tested it February 17th. That was the time to be looking at it. Like at this point, it's made a lower high than the previous high. There's no help at all on the oscillators. Nothing's implying upside here. It's not a strategic area to be taken along, really. I mean, not on the daily. Exceeding the 1618s and stuff. God, it's just like everything. It's just, it's a really nice uptrend, isn't it? It's a very, very nice uptrend. But yeah, you're probably like XABCD. Sure, maybe an XABCD happens here. I mean, whatever. Who am I to say it can't happen, man? But if there's no daily help, it's kind of tough, right? Really tough. How do we anchor? We anchor this being the low? Yeah, that's pretty good. Cypher. Never made it to the PCZ either time, right? And I think if you tried to make this X right here, it's too deep of a retrace. Or it's like a 66%. I mean, it's close, man. It's really close, but it's just a little off. Right? 4 hours, a lot better than the daily. You would prefer to, the strongest trades are the ones where you have daily support, you have daily help. The daily's implying the same thing the 4 hours implying. The 4 hours implying potential upside right here on a second test on a confirmation low, potential confirmation low. Look, you got a low, the potential PCZ here maybe, and you're maybe getting a second low. And on the second low, you're showing some seller exhaustion. So it could be a reversal point at the same time. There's not much help on the daily. No help. Literally zero help on the daily. Okay. Better looking assets out there that are much lower risk areas. This is really high, man. This asset is gone insane. But at the same time, it's like GRT and a few others that haven't been doing anything since late February. And maybe it might be time for them to run again because the trend is stupidly bullish right now. Yeah. Feel good. I mean, a lot of it has to do with where Bitcoin's going next. I mean, Bitcoin could be reversing soon, but it could also be going insane soon. So, or I mean, sideways. Like if your bearish stuff was to play out and it was going to underperform, that means it would just be going slightly down sideways for a while before going up more. Oh, I mean, there was a time and place to be looking at ELA. Oh, beautiful inverse head and shoulders. Oh, it's another backup, right? Another BA, a BU, another BU, dude. I don't know, dude. Please check the description below. Yeah, there was a time to look at this and it looked good, and now look at it. Composite operator acquires position. There was hidden bullish divergence with the inverse head and shoulders there. Look what happened. It sold off, and then the backup, right? The big markup, and then the sell-off to pretty much back test the top of the trading range as support, and now it's going. You see, there's a trend going on. These assets we're looking on the daily that were showing these ranges, these support resistances, the accumulation, right? They run up and they back up before they go to the huge markup is. And this, look at this, man. I mean, I haven't looked at this in a while. We had this plotted though, and it hit that resistance from November of 2018. Multi-year highs on ELA to USDT. It's up 41% right now. If it ever broke that, $10 could be the target.
API 3/USDT 4 hours gets. The WETH pair looks interesting as well.
What's up, BK? Alright, I guess we can look at it, sure. That's the next one too. It's the next request. Okay, I mean, what's there to look at? I mean, yeah, you're requesting it because it's up 40%, but the time to be requesting was at lower levels, and we had been looking at it at lower levels. So yeah, great, amazing, did perfect Wyckoff stuff, and there are other assets that are in that phase on the backup right now. Ethereum Classic, BAT did it recently. Did the backup, gone, Kings.
Have you covered Radix? Exert 9 years in the making with record 1.2 meters TX/S with 0
You're still 5 short,
compromise.
unfortunately, dude. Thank you.
Decentralization. Much love all.
Thank you. Oh, so API 3 to USDT. Nice uptrend. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hold on, I'm just gonna do it again. Oh yeah, I love this asset. I love this asset above 632. This is a spring back test of spring and hidden bullish divergence going on. This could be an amazing area where a huge markup could occur. Or at least $8 again. Right, what was once resistance, right, is now for the first time in history, support. Yeah. Yeah. So if this holds, $8, and after $8, price discovery, right, we go up to moon place, right, moon zone, whatever you want to say. Right, like if you break $8, easy to target here. High to low. We're talking 930 would be your first target. So $8, 930, and I think $10. Those will be your targets on API 3 to the US dollar tether if you can hold this support as support. And you gotta love this could very well go insane. This could definitely go insane. You like, if my life is looking at these charts every day, and I've seen them over and over and over, all of them progress from itty babies to small harmonics to insane like gains, right? I mean, this just happens over and over and over. What do you want to see? You want to see a breakout of a major resistance, and then when it back tests that resistance as support, you show seller exhaustion, hidden bullish divergence. That is a really good combination, a powerful combination of variables that can yield a reversal to $8, $9.30, and then $10 on API 3. All right, this is one to keep your eye on. It's a pretty good request. Okay, API 3. Nice. Bueller. Okay. Chill, because it's hidden bullish divergence and pending price action continuation is being implied at an ice line. Boom. Dang, dude. Just when I thought I was out, they keep pulling me back in with requests. Literally. It's like we've been done with requests for an hour now, but they just keep coming in.
Can you take a look at $Sol, $USDT? Sam coins will save us.
Whatever, man. Sure. Thanks. I mean, sure, it could keep mooning, absolutely. I don't know, you're getting me to look at some, how did it get to this place, right? To me, it's almost like, could almost have interpreted it sort of like a ascending triangle, a lot of white space, maybe not, just accumulation with a sell wall. We know what to call it. I'm not labeling it anything. It's just accumulation, sell wall. You can't argue with me on that. There was definitely someone suppressing the price at 17 cents, but it's recently broken. It could come back test 17 cents as support for the first time ever, and even fall below it and then just hit the demand line again. But yeah, I think a measure move could take it to higher prices, sure. But a back test again hasn't happened, and it could very well happen. What's up, Ross, dude? Roll Tide, dude. Hey, we pulled it out yesterday, despite our poor performance. We pulled it together a little bit in the second half, and we'll be playing Maryland tomorrow, which I feel like we got a chance of beating them. But I can't wait till the Sweet 16 if we can make it, because we might play UCLA, and that's Pro's alma mater.
$10. Here we come.
So Gavin Crown, is that the real Gavin Crown? Gavin, is that really you though? Because Gavin said he would never. Well, I mean, maybe it's 25, so I don't know if that's the threshold or not. All right. So maybe 22.6 cents if a measure move of this structure is to be achieved, but it could happen after a back test or even a fall through, you know, of the support, maybe before pivoting and running again. It's a very nice uptrend. It's not much data, but hey, just calling what I see. Yep, sure, down 2% today. Uptrend. All right, next one.
Thanks man, funny that people really think it's legit a S-coin. Hate to see Willy Woo supporting S-coins other than Bitcoin, winking face.
I mean, dude, it's pretty much like everything else. Oh, it's an S-coin no one's ever heard of that everyone's saying is, or people are saying it's gonna be the next Bitcoin, it's gonna do this, it's gonna be amazing. Like, whatever, it's just a chart and we're looking at it, and that's as far as it goes. They don't care about the project, they care about what it looks like on a freaking chart. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. Serious. Wow, a lot of volatility, man. It's like stuck between supports and resistances, all of the dead middle of it too. So do I see anything right now that sticks out? I like one valley, I like two valleys, I like maybe three valleys. Bulls are getting aggressive there, aren't they? Look at that 748. That's a big resistance. It's almost like, dude, it's almost like, could someone tell me what this pattern could be, possibly, right? It's like, you got a sell wall and you have down sloping demand line. What does that look like? Someone tell me what pattern this is so I can be proud or disappointed. We'll see if y'all remember how to, because this is like a difficult one to answer all the way. I'll give you a clue. It's not a wedge. It's not a wedge. If there's a sell wall, it's horizontal. See, that's the thing. It could be considered, yeah, what you're talking about, but like if it's that 748's a major resistance from 2005, man. All right. So that's what's being regarded. Crick, pretty much, dude. There we go. Wolf got it. Right angled and you misspelled and. Man, you almost had it, dude. Right angled and descending broadening formation. Okay, that's a bullish continuation pattern. You could treat them almost the same as ascending triangles. Just right angled and descending, right? Because the support is down sloping, a descending broadening formation. It's not a wedge. If you look at it like this, okay, Tesla had one, it was incredible. Bitcoin had one before it went to absolute heaven.
Noise. Did someone say
stick? Sub Joe, thanks, man. Yeah, they are now saying they're spelling it the other way, the way that she says it in the movie, because I don't know, steak. There's going to be a barbecue coin in 365 days from now, minimum. Barbecue coin, book it. Okay, so if that was to play out eventually, I think if you were to hold this 525 long enough, the higher lows locally, yeah, it could be destined for $9, 2 cents, but if it ever breaks $9, oh my god, dude. Dude, we're talking like this thing could go ape. Okay, you are in a long-term uptrend now, right? This is, and it's been like a huge markup, and now you're going through levels of consolidation, and you're just regarding old levels that were once resistance as support. And I think anything above 525 long enough, it'll eventually run back up to 748. And once that level of resistance is broken, straight up to $9. But the $9 mark is the big area where you're like straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight up, straight down. Where it went up to like, you know, 12, 13 bucks one time in reverse, but that was like the only, I think there's like traders settled up right there. So it's like a big zone between 1259 and 1461. So that's where it could be headed if this actually was to break 748. All right, nice one. Serious. Been consolidating. Multi-year large structure on the weekly. Right. So eventually, once it gets going, it gonna go. All right. Next one. All right, chat, we've done it. A new 4-hour candle has been born. A new daily, a new weekly candle has been born. We've done it, man. All right, so just right. You did close below where traders set it up their highest point ever on the daily. You did close below it, as you can see. It does scale out a lot right there. Guh. It's okay, man. You're gonna go, and now you could spend time back testing what was once resistance as resistance again on the daily. It's possible. As you can see, the price action correlation you're getting. That's a little off right there. Let me make that perfect. There you go. Okay, you can clearly see the price action respecting the candle high close. Right? Yeah, man, right. Okay, then. All right, more negative momentum on the daily. Let's look at that weekly on Bitcoin's chart. Is the weekly. It was an indecision, I believe. I mean, it is kind of indecision candle. I don't think it was much of anything. Right, just a big old week of nothing burger. It was your, man, it was close, but you can't say it's like it was your third highest candle close of all time, right? Because it fell lower than the second highest candle close of all time, February 15th that week. So there you go, man. You go up, you go down, you go to $53,000, $52,000 before coming up again, right? It's just bearish divergence on the daily is still real in development, so. SOI, I can't find it, Matthew. Bitcoin's not going to $10 by Friday, Gavin. I'm sorry if it's the real Gavin. Oh, SOL, but you typed SOI. You definitely 100% said SOI. You want to see the 4-hour real quick because it's local on the 8th. Look what happened, right? On the 4-hour, where what was once resistance was regarded as resistance again for the first time after falling out of it, right? So that's confirmation, some form of confirmation. So that's where more downside could occur from there, right? Go turn my lights off, man. Let there be light. Thank you. I'm gonna look at that last request real quick. It looks okay. Actually looks pretty good. I mean, you know, up here, I mean, dude, again, it's funny, right? We looked at this thing, and it was like, there was a better time to be looking at SOL. Look at it now. Yeah, it's nice up here. Wow. Support resistance, one bottom, two bottoms. Now you're making higher lows. You're trying to make a higher low than previously. Good. You're above the 2-minute moving average. I mean, it looks really good. I mean, just technically it looks like there's accumulation still going on, and there's a sell wall around 1553, right? Resistance, resistance, up thrust, failed, break above that resistance. So it's almost, yeah, again, like you could say there's a demand line here. Beautiful demand line, very well respected right there. That's like almost a pseudo ascending triangle stuff. I mean, pretty much ascending triangle behavior. And if you ever break it, you know where you're headed. Going to $20. $20, man. I don't think that's yeah, this, sorry, let me, $20. I think that's where it would be going if you know, Bitcoin doesn't get volatile and bearish. It looks great, man. problem is it could break the demand line and go all the way down to 1154, and that could be like another low risk area. I don't think you want to do that at this point. If you're showing accumulation, right, more market participants own this asset than before every single time, then this is good, man. Now you do have to say, you can't just ignore the fact that there is a new resistance that was created just recently, February 24th at 1825. I would think from here that could be a target in 20 bucks. Okay. What's up, Echo Lee? Thanks for $10 super chat. Much love. Okay, so this is great. Wow. Bullish convergence to boot on the MACD, dude. I just don't understand how can any of these things succeed if Bitcoin dumps, you know, like majorly reverses off that bearish divergence on the daily. That's what's tough, man, right? Thanks, Echo Leaf, man. Appreciate it. See what you said. All right, man. What a stream. Thanks for the 1,424 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, that bell, that sub as Bitcoin dips after backtesting what was once resistance as resistance again. So you might, and it could be an A, B, C, D going on too, or I really think like the lowest risk area for a long maybe ever could be like $52,000. And that's the old neckline of the inverse head and shoulders that played out beautifully. But it just hasn't gone there yet. And does that, then the bearish divergence plays out, but you don't get any technical damage going on. So it's like bearish divergence plays out and the cut with handle eventually plays out. Oh, everyone wins. All the T is respected everywhere.
Don't forget stake if you get a chance.
Sure. Has anything changed on that in like a year? Not really. Let me guess. Stuck. It broke the demand line, but it's just stuck in a range. My God. Below 20 bucks, or I'm sorry, above $20, below $28. It can't. It's just over and over and over again. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So, I mean, I don't know at this point. Is there an edge? Not really down here. Maybe it's diverging. Maybe it's not. There's just, it's so illiquid. Look at the candles, man. There are some 4-hour candles where the price doesn't ever change. That is testament to how weak, or how, not weak, but how illiquid the asset is. So it is failing. It's not able to break $28. Can't do it, man. So, but at the same time, can't break $20. I think if it breaks $20, it's going straight down to 16 bucks. But if it holds this long enough down here, then it's going back up to $28 to test it once more. And that $28 is the crazy area. You break $28, you go straight up to $42. Okay, that was trade setup stuff from way back, dude. This was a beautiful trade setup. That is all played out. It's done. But yeah, here you think it's in a normal non-illiquid asset. This is normally like where reversals happen, but it's just sideways, man. But what is there to really look at besides range bound? Snooze fest. All right, man. There could be more downside in store for us. Contradicting variables on a significant time scale. Not as easy to take longs or take positions on contradicting variables. It's not as easy, man. It's not like it was in late January when we had the daily and the 4-hour and the 60-minute all at the same time. We're telling us it was going up. Probability of side was going up. Now it's like daily oscillators saying it's down, but a bullish pattern saying up, and the trend saying up. It's okay. So cake to the US dollar tether. You've been warned on it. It looks amazing, and it looks like it could go absolutely insane. Cake, K-A, or C-A-K-E. Yes, cake, like you're eating cake. It's not cake, not cheese fake factory on Cheesecake Factory on the stock market, which also was incredible. That one did amazing, still is, right? I think. It's the cake. It's a crypto now, so. I misspelled cake though. It's like K-A-K, no, C-A-K-E. All right. It's been a long stream, man. I've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes now, so. All right. Thanks everyone for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll be back later. So until next time, respect the TA.
name is JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
And then, just like that,
adios, turd nuggets.